Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I actually won't be your friendly dungeon master this evening. This evening, we are going to be kicking off a brand new campaign, playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, and running it is my good buddy Adam. I will let Adam do the introductions, because I am literally going to be playing in this thing. So Adam, why don't you tell us what we're playing tonight?
Okay, we'll be running. I have the book right here too. Curse of Strahd. I wanted to run a game this year, and I had done some research on some of the adventures, and a lot of people were raving about Curse of Strahd, so I picked it up, started reading it. It sounds awesome. So I want to do like a horror game with this one, so I'm trying to keep the ambiance and the atmosphere at that horror level. That doesn't mean that my characters can't have fun and joke around, but I'll be trying to like describe things in a more macabre way. Other than that, I will do introductions of you guys. How about you, Kevin? We'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I am not your friendly dungeon master this evening. Folks who are regular viewers may know that I'm the host of the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. I'm also the host of the Dungeon Musings podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings. And you can find me on this channel running a bunch of other games. But tonight, I'm a player, and I'm playing Boriza Karloff, who is basically a witch and charlatan. And I've already forgotten the name of the actress who's playing my character in a TV version of it. But she's basically a tiny little girl she's a tiny little woman who has druidic powers, but tends to lie about the extent to which she can implement those powers. So that's me and my character.
How about you, Chadwick?
I am playing Kills the Sky, who is a Tabaxi ranger. He insists that his people are called the Rakasta, though, because I'm addicted to the Isle of Dread module. And, I've enjoyed cat people as a D&D race for way too long. Yeah, you can find me at Chadwick Ginther on Twitter, and occasionally in the Barrow Maze on Kevin's channel.
Adam, can I ask you a favor? While Dave is doing his introduction for his character, would you mind going in and just changing the characters so that they can be viewed in everyone's viewed by all characters or all players? That way, I can share pictures of what the other guys look like. But Dave, I stepped on your intro.
That's all right. I am Dave, at David J. Forche on Twitter and Instagram, part-time fantasy and science fiction author. And tonight I'll be playing Ganuk Coral, also known as Nux by his friends, but you guys can't call him that yet. And yeah, he is a bugbear rogue. Standard issue right off the mill. And we're going to have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
I'm also seen sometimes on Kevin's channel. Wednesday nights on the Barrow Maze.
Yeah.
Friday Warhammer.
In the old world.
All right. So it's like in journals, I changed that to all characters for all the sheets. Did you have a token for your character, Chadwick?
I do. I didn't see a spot to add it in.
So if you click on your character sheet and hit edit, I think you can drag and drop into avatar and default token options.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. All right. Hang on here.
But we will start with, you said it was Boriza?
Boriza, yeah.
All right. So we're starting with you.
Ooh.
The woods are quiet this night. The air grows cold. Your fire sputters as low mist gathers around the edges of your camp, growing closer as the night wears on. By morning...
Am I on my own?
You'll find out that you were someone.
Chad's invisible.
Oh, what happened?
He's an invisible stalker. Look out.
Look out. His character's got powers we weren't aware of.
I know, he casts invisibility.
Sorry, so I'm sitting around a fire by myself.
Your memories are muddled, but you do remember that you'd been traveling with a companion named Lossian. By morning, the eerie fog hangs thick in the air, turning the trees into gray ghosts. Lossian, yes, a fire genasi that helped you fleece gullible travelers. But now he's nowhere to be seen.
Can you spell that for me? I have no idea how that...
Laucian, Laucian.
Okay.
He was a fire genasi that helped you fleece gullible travelers, but now he's nowhere to be seen. And then you notice that these aren't the same trees that surrounded you the night before. The silhouette of a humanoid appears before you, aimlessly wandering through the fog. Now I'm going to switch to Chadwick. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Great.
Please back.
Where were you before getting swallowed by the mist? You kind of wake up in the morning and you're on ground with mist swirling around you.
I was probably fleeing from Zental Keep.
I like it. All right, we'll say fleeing from Zental Keep, you were hiding for the night, and you woke up nowhere near where you fell asleep, shrouded by mist, and you see what looks like your character, Kevin, walking like in the fog.
So she's a she's only about like 5'2". She has long black hair, dusky skin, very light eyes, and sorry, I was looking up the actress's name. I actually don't remember, but this is, I can't show other players. If you click on Bariza, you'll see a picture of what she looks like, and she's got a big cane that she's or a staff that she's leaning on. She has big furred, robes on. If you think of like not the metal skull cap, but Merlin's outfit from Excalibur, that's kind of what she's dressed like. So she sees you walk up, and what do you look like?
Kills the Sky is 6'4", which I rolled randomly, and like 175-ish pounds. So tall and lean. A cat man, which is probably the first thing you would notice. Not he is tall and lean. He has kind of almost like lynx-like coloration. Dark gray with some lighter and darker highlights. Is wearing probably muddy forester's gear, but has a brighter woven sash that he wears around his waist.
Okay. So as soon as this tall figure sort of walks out of the mist, what Bariza does is mechanically I'm readying an action to cast Eldritch Blast, but behind her, she has one hand that goes behind her back that sort of curls up, and this like dark kind of like bluish lightning sort of dances around on it. But her face doesn't betray any of this and just looks at the tall cat man, and she, kind of closes or narrows one eye, and she says, "I have no milk."
Now, Nux, Dave, how your character's probably even taller than 6'4".
Marginally.
So behind the cat creature you see before you, you see an even taller silhouette come out of the mist, wearing what looks to be a Daggerford City Guard's uniform, and is a bugbear.
Bizarro Daggerford.
Dave, you want to describe your character?
Nux is pretty big. He's like 6'5", but he's about 220 pounds. Relatively lean for a bugbear, but still a pretty imposing guy. He's got kind of a, if you can call it a beard, for a furred creature, he's got a little bit of extra hair, fur around his chin, and it's a little bit darker than the rest of his fur. So he's goblinoid, but a little hairier than some other goblinoid bugbears. His armor is leather, but you can see he's wearing this like really ratty tabard that has seen not just better days, but better nights, and probably not any kind of laundering.
Okay.
Right. So you're shrouded in this mist, and you can't see before you. But you know these three figures are there, well, two other figures. And the only thing that you guys, after checking yourselves, notice is that the only thing out of place is your guys' memories. You notice that there's little things that you can't quite remember about where you came from and how you got here. You remember, like, last night, but you were like, well, what was I doing the night before that? There's little things like that.
Okay. But I haven't forgotten any of the skills that I've learned.
Well, actually, on that note, you start to think about all the skills you learned, and you in the back of your mind, you kind of sense that maybe you were better than what you feel right now. Like you don't feel as strong as you once were for some reason.
Okay, so I think Bariza chalks it up to a loss of a connection to her patron. So when the big one jumps out, then too, I'll just sort of cock an eye from, I'm keeping an eye on the giant cat man with the big sword. I'll sort of like flat gesture with my head over to the one, still keeping my hand behind my back, and say, "Is he with you?"
Is who with who?
I'm talking to the cat man.
No.
No. Did you bring us here?
And if I did,
Would you send us back?
what would it be worth to you? I'm going to try to sense, like, obviously, I mean, they're not human, so there may be some difficulty there, but I'm trying to judge just how confused they are. I'm trying to not let on and just how, like, out of my depth I am right now. But I want to sense that, I want to get a sense of just, like, whether they're doing the same kind of, like, what the fuck's going on?
Do you want to roll an insight on them?
Oh, yeah, that's a skill I need. Hold on.
I'm totally not trying to let anything on.
Okay. Boom. 20. Fuck yes.
And I guess deception or
well, I'm definitely deceiving. I'm trying to hide that any kind of things. Oh yeah, and then a 5.
Why is it rolling 2 numbers?
Because you will pick the one on the left if you're rolling normally. You'll pick the best of the 2 if you're rolling advantage, and you'll pick the worst of the 2 if you're rolling disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I think that I'm, she's trying to be really cool and collected and whatnot, but there's clearly, like, her voice is breaking. It's obvious to you guys that she's as, as terrified as and as confused as what you guys are.
Ganuk, you kind of feel that this strange druid-looking character is peering through you. How do you think you're coming across to that person if you're not hiding it very well? Are you nervous? Are you confused?
No, I'm not nervous. Not at all. I just don't understand what's going on. Who are you people? Why are you here?
Right. New forms briefly form in the fog before disappearing like specters. Snarls and growls like sounds of vicious dog fights make your skin crawl. The form of a man clad in black armor appears before you and beckons you forward.
So I'm going to look over, and I think the panic that she's let come through a little bit is coming through, and she says, "Is he with you?" And you guys can probably see she's got, like, eldritch power charged up in her right hand at this point.
Not with me.
No. I guess I'll turn toward the armored figure, and I'm going to draw my short swords. I'm envisioning them. Have you watched Avatar?
So Avatar: Last Airbender.
Jim Cameron.
Yeah. Kind of like Prince Zuko's when he's in disguise and kind of vigilanteing.
Okay.
He's got like 2 swords in one scabbard.
Yeah.
So it would kind of look like that.
Okay.
when he draws them. And I'm just going to be in a ready stance as the armored figure beckons.
Is the armored figure wearing a mask or anything, or can we see the?
To you, he just seems like a black, faceless figure, and he's just slowly gesturing with his hand like this.
I'll look and see what the other two are doing, and then if the bugbear takes up a defensive posture as well too, I think she's going to default into smartass.
Oh, and he's wearing armor, but you can't see any weapons equipped on him.
So Gnuck kind of moves his arm a little bit, and you can see he's already holding a blade, but it's running down the backside of his really long, hairy arm.
Okay.
And I forgot to mention really long. Did I say really long? Yeah, really long arms. Like, we're talking, he can reach you from like almost 10 feet away.
Okay. So, seeing now that these two things seem hostile towards this specter as well too, she sort of, rises her up. Like, even though she's very tiny, she definitely carries herself with a certain presence. And she looks at this thing and says, "All right, more than it's enough tricks. What is it you want?"
Just as you say that, it fades out of view.
Okay.
Can you do that?
And you hear the wolves start snarling behind you. So the black figure is on the opposite side of where the wolf sounds are coming from.
Okay.
I spin to the wolves.
I look at the two of them. I said, I trust those aren't your pets.
I brought no pets.
I do not care for wolves.
Wolves don't care for me.
She sort of that was directed towards the cat man who doesn't like dogs. So she says, "We best not tarry. If they want, if they're intent on moving us in this direction, perhaps that's where we go."
I see no other way to go.
I'm not sticking around for the wolves to find out.
Agreed. She lets the lightning disperse, and she says, "Bariza," and looks at you as if waiting for you to introduce yourselves.
Kills the sky.
Let's hope.
Mm-hmm. What? What did you say?
We said, "Come on, fuzzball. Now, let's go." And so I guess she'll just start heading off in that direction, and assuming that they're going to be following.
I'll grunt and follow along.
Okay.
Gnuck.
I'm going to be sparing a look back to see if these wolves actually do come into view. And mechanically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare an action to cast Entangle if any wolves come into view.
Sure. It's good that you're looking back. Yeah, that'll come in handy for my description.
Not my first time to the Ravenloft Rodeo.
The woods darken as the trees overhead begin to close ranks, their needle-covered arms interlocking to blot out what little sun shone this morning. Mist lingers around your boots, and then you notice the dark figure 30 feet in front of you.
Oh, you're back. Is it the same figure?
It is, yeah.
Dark.
He doesn't seem to be walking. The first time he was standing there and then faded out of view. This time again, he's standing in front of you, 30 feet in front of you. Again, just almost like watching, observing you guys.
Okay.
And he beckons you.
So as we walk, are we able to, does this disappear before we get past it, or are we passing it and it's still gesturing along?
Same thing. Once again, it fades into the mist, but you see he left a book behind on the ground where you stood. A small black leather-bound book.
It's attacking! Kill it! What do I have here? Okay. No,
you still hear the wolves?
As this thing starts fading away, I'm just going to say, "No, that's fine. We have this." And when we see the book down there, I mean, you're probably quicker than both you guys are probably quicker than I am. Do either of you snag it?
Looks interest me not.
Now, Barise, you recognize that book. You remember having a dream journal when you were a child that looked very much like that book.
Okay. So I think it's probably made like it's got bark. The covers are like a heavy bark that's been treated magically, and within are a bunch of kind of like hand rolled paper, like something that was made by a small town or small village paper maker rather than a a form like someone with formal training and whatnot. So I'll see that, and then I don't think I've seen that for quite some time. I'm going to say leave it, and then just keep on walking and just hope that the two of them will follow.
Great. Ganak and Kills the Sky. What you guys notice? Actually, roll perception checks, both of you.
Ooh, perception.
So you both notice that as Brise is looking at this book, it changes from this black leather-bound book to this book made of like tree bark and just woven together in a different way. Like it just alters before your eyes.
Which book?
She turns back and says yes, and keeps running. Not running, but like moving at a trot. How long do you continue on for?
I follow.
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right. The mist clears and the trees widen into a muddy roadway with wagon ruts and strange bestial tracks. On either side, the forest gradually slopes up into snowy mountain peaks a few miles away. It gives you an almost overbearing feeling in your gut. You know you're nowhere near the Sword Coast anymore. Maybe not even in Faerun.
Do you think that is it nature in this game? I can't remember. A nature check might tell me what those tracks are.
Yep, you can do a nature check.
We'll see if I can do better than a fucking 5. Hey, 14.
Yeah, so those tracks are definitely wolves, and some of those tracks seem larger than normal wolves.
Wonderful. Dire wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see anything up and down the road, or is everything kind of shrouded in mist?
So as you continue to walk, black pools of water stand like mirrors in and around the muddy roadway. A damp chill sets into your bones, and water soaks your boots. If you ever look back, the fog spills out of the forest and swallows the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are high stone buttresses towering gray in the fog to a height of 60 feet. 40-foot tall iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings to the cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gates. As you get closer, you realize that what you first thought were boulders are actually the severed heads of stone giants laying face down in the mud and weeds at their feet. I actually have a picture to show you.
Awesome. I love pictures. I'm going to get Bertie's smaller here.
Heads of stone giants.
Holy Dinah. Let's make this big. Pretty cool. And for those listening at home, Adam, you have purchased the Roll20 module for this, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
I even went onto the DM's Guild and bought a few little props to add that people have made, so like some fan-made stuff. So awesome.
Cool. Okay. I trust that we haven't been here before, or I haven't been here before.
No, you've never seen this before.
Okay. So I say, well, have you been here? Verbal?
No.
And
Never.
you?
Where's this place?
Killed?
I've never seen this place.
Do we still hear the wolves behind us?
No, it's gone quiet behind you. It seems it's almost like once you started going down the roadway, the sound of the wolves faded away, as if you were like as a sign that you're going the right direction.
Well, this appears to be where something wants us. It seems we have little option as to not agree. Not unless we want to be fodder for wolves.
Still looks more inviting than Zental Keep.
Hmm.
And assuming the Daggerford guards aren't somewhere back there, this is better than where I was.
While the bugbear was running along too, did it seem like he was like his his kind to be uncannily quiet?
I wasn't making any attempt to be so.
Okay, so I think just because I'm going to assume that she knows that, but like the scary thing about bugbears is that they're so big, but they're so fucking stealthy. Can you keep yourself hidden? Fuzzball.
Can I? Yes.
I gesture towards the open or half open gates there, as if like you know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm going to go a little stealthy and go and check ahead.
All right, roll a stealth check.
That wasn't very good.
So you think you're being super stealthy.
We yell, "We can see you!"
Yeah, it's like the worst roll we've had so far. You know.
No, that'd be my 4.
Well, yeah, I guess the pair of ones we had earlier aren't that great, but
yeah.
So
Okay.
as you approach the gates, they swing open on their own with a sickening screech of warped and rusty metal on metal.
I look at Kills the Sky and say, "Are you quieter than him?" I don't think he's grasped the concept.
On occasion.
Next time, you look first. Well, I'm just going to wait till Nux gets back.
Right. Next. You keep going forward.
outside the gate, see what's in front of me. I'm already there.
Right. So go through the gates and you look on either side. It's still forest on either side, but you have this strange feeling in your gut. It might be false, but you feel like you've gone into somewhere new, like someone's domain.
I'll head back to Kills the Sky and Boris.
Okay.
Weird feeling beyond the gates.
Yes.
It's like not here, and something like somewhere belonging to someone else. Not sure how that works.
Do you speak common?
Oh yeah.
Maybe try.
You think it funny, do you?
At times.
Oh, that's nice.
Tell me,
I'm
was
trying.
it you that opened the gates?
No, the gates opened on their own. Some kind of magic or some kind of strange ability of their own.
Then it seems something wants us to be known to be here as well, then.
No, they sense us here, or why else would they open?
Did you see anyone?
There's nothing. No one. No creatures. No traps that I could see.
Anything beyond? A forest?
I don't know, Adam. You'll have to fill that in.
It looks just the same as on this side, like with the roadway and forest on either side. You just got that weird feeling that you've entered another domain.
Just another road, more trees. Just that feeling that I was in someone's place.
Wait here a moment. Let me test something. I'm going to turn and I'm going to start walking back down the road and listen to see what happens.
Like away from?
Yeah, like away from the gates.
As you walk away from the gates, the fog swirls in around you. And you, of all people, should know kind of the smell of kind of unnatural air.
Okay.
Swirls around you, and you can feel yourself having a harder time breathing.
Okay. So now I'll if it seems to be getting worse as I'm taking steps towards, I'll just turn and walk back. And try and compose myself and say, well, it's clear that they don't want us that way. So the way lies ahead or nowhere at all. Shall we?
I don't like being led by the hand or in either way. But
you're welcome to try it back again.
The wolves are less inviting, though.
Seems there's more than wolves to fear for heading back there. It seemed the fog was going to suffocate me. She sort of tries to act as it, like she sort of sloughs it off and walks forward as if it's like this happens all the time.
I like it.
So she'll make her way towards the gates, and then while she's trying to not let the other two guys see, she is going to be, studying everything to try and like get any sense of where she is, or if there's anything she recognizes or can, draw information from.
So this architecture is sort of from like a grand time, and by the shape of the statues, you can kind of tell that it's built by probably humans. And you're not super in on histories of building structures like this, but it seems old, like centuries old.
Okay. Can we take a look at the heads as we're going by too? Like, is there anything particularly noteworthy about them? Are they like, do they clearly depict a certain person, or are they just like, IKEA heads, kind of like generic stuff?
No one you can kind of recognize or anything like that. One is face down in the mud completely. The other one's half in the mud, and it just looks like regular human ears, human face, but no one of any importance that you know.
So I'll tap it with my staff, and if Nuxon kills this guy, I have walked up as well too. I'll say, do you recognize him?
I just rolled a history check and it didn't do so well, but I wasn't really thinking I'd know specifics on this guy.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to make more of an investigation roll about the wall gates and see.
Are there any sigils or anything, like any heraldry?
What any? Take a look.
Sure, do you want...
Ah,
It's like nothing you've seen before,
and you've seen nothing before, so this really isn't helping.
You're not even quite sure, like who would build something like this. So, I guess like both Chadwick's character and Kevin's character are divine, aren't they? Like your magic comes from divine sources.
when I get my magic next level, assuming I live that long.
We don't have our arcane specialist here. But if everyone wants to roll an Arcana check, you can
Sure.
and that might give you a bit of insight.
Hey,
There you go.
check out the big brain on Boriza.
Is that what you call it?
Well, I know it's no 9 there, Nux, but well, look at you adding 2 to the total.
All right, Bariza, you have a sense that this was all like the beheading of these statues was done with some sort of like severing magic.
Ah,
It seems unnatural to you, but it's almost as if these walls and these statues were ripped away and damaged this way from like a very powerful arcane spell, like a global scale arcane spell.
yeah. Okay. I don't think she shares that.
Right.
Yeah. I think like when it will make her look really fucking smart, that's when she would do it. But
Yeah.
maybe what she'll do is she'll go over and it's like she's so wise.
She doesn't know nothing.
So what maybe she'll do is she'll walk over to sort of the edge, like where the like neck of the statues would be, and sort of studies it. You know, pokes at it with her the end of her staff, and then kind of nods as if she understands something, and turns and walks through the gates.
Right. Sounds good. What do the other guys do?
I will follow through the gate, keeping a wary eye behind me, and to the sky as well. Now that I'm not immediately going to be in, or I don't, at least I believe I will not immediately be in combat. I will probably have my sword sheathed, but will have my longbow in hand.
Right. Sounds good.
Okay.
You going through the gate?
Yep.
Right.
I'll lope on past the other two and scout around towards the front.
Okay.
So after you three walk about 10 feet past the gates slam shut with a loud clang.
It seems we're staying.
What you notice on this side is that there's the mist is kind of lightened, but you still notice that the sky is very overcast. Like there's hardly any sun getting through. Everything's dull. And as you look around at yourselves, you sort of notice that any sort of color that's in your clothing is not as rich, not as bright as you once thought it was.
We've walked into a David Fincher film.
Who has the high, like, what are you guys' passive perception?
13.
Yeah, probably not me. Where is it? Actually, 13.
All right.
If you're trained, do you get your proficiency bonus in it on your passive as well?
You should, yeah.
Okay, because that wasn't getting calculated in mine.
Do you have the trained ticked?
Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I do have it ticked.
Okay.
I was just... I think I was just pretending that my wisdom was higher than it is.
That's my shtick.
Ganak, do you know your passive?
10.
10?
10.
All right, I'm going to give it to Kills the Sky. As you continue down the road, you smell the stench of death nearby.
I guess I will hold out a hand and say, and sniff the air again, like something dead ahead of us.
And you can feel it's just a few yards off the road.
Fresh or otherwise?
Fairly fresh.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't.
So you sense that it's fairly fresh, Kills the Sky.
Fresh.
How far ahead?
So probably like 20 feet ahead and only like 10 feet off the road.
Okay. Then I'm gonna speak some words in a primal tongue and gesture, and use Druidcraft to have a small gust of wind come up, and I'm gonna try and blow aside the mist for a second to reveal whatever's there.
Sure. So kind of crumpled off the side of the road is a corpse of a man. So the person, the human corpse half buried in the underbrush about 15 feet from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes are torn and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by paw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. He holds a crumpled envelope in one hand.
So I'll stride forward, and like stand over the body, and then poke it with my staff once or twice, and then reach down and take the envelope out of this thing's hand, or the corpse's hand. And if the other two are looking at me, I'm just going to kind of shrug and say, like, he wasn't using it.
Look at you and shrug and start searching over the rest of the body to see if there's anything else on it.
Sure. What
He's not using anything else.
Is there anything on the outside of this?
Just a wax seal with a ornate B.
With an ornate B?
Yeah, the letter B.
Oh, okay. I'm like an insect, huh?
Bees?
And the B is in the common tongue, or at least a tongue we recognize?
Yeah, it looks like it's in common. Yeah.
Okay. I take it I don't recognize, like, doesn't mean anything to me, the sigil?
No, not that you can tell.
Okay.
Is that meant for you? Did you send that?
I look, and you can see for a second she's considering saying yes. And she's like, just turns it towards you and holds the letter out. Says, "Do you recognize the crest?"
No, but it's got a B on it. I assume that's what your name sounds like, given, how it's probably spelled.
You're just full of surprises, Fuzzball. You can read. And you kills this guy.
Common and goblin.
I recognize it. No.
Well then, and then I'll just break the seal and open up the note.
I hover over you.
Hey, look at this. So for the sake of the folks at home, what does it say? Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. I'm pretty sure this was written by a doctor, guys.
If you scroll down, there's some text that you can read it.
Oh, is there? Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There we go. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kolyana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now, my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. B. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. And it's signed Kolyana Indirovich, burgomaster. So after she finishes reading this out loud, she says, Barovia means nothing to either of you either.
Does not.
Never heard of it.
Strange that someone would invite them to pick the bones of their own community. I take it the paper doesn't look terribly old?
Nope.
The paper looks as fresh as the corpse?
Yeah, the corpse has only been dead a few days, and the paper is probably written just shortly before that.
Okay.
Out of the mist, from where the gates were, you hear kind of like a whinny of horses and kind of rickety wagon wheels. And all of a sudden, horses appear and kind of rein back and whinny, and the cart comes to a stop with a kind of enclosed wagon. A door flies open, and someone says, "Hey, Vasily, what are you doing?" "Oh, those people. Is that guy dead?" And you see a man. He's an older gentleman with a kind of a goatee, balding pate, dressed in kind of clothes that you are kind of slightly different than what you're used to.
So she looks down at the body, looks back at him. I didn't do that.
None of us did.
He hops down and you right away roll perception checks, everyone.
Boom, 13.
13, 4. Brise and kill the
Looks like I love horses.
20's got it in for me tonight. Like really.
I'm trying to surreptitiously be behind Nux.
Right, Brise and kills this guy. You notice that the driver, throughout the entire like ordeal of like stopping the cart suddenly, his expression didn't change from surprise or anything, and he just stands. He sits there with holding the reins, with like a blank expression on his face.
Okay.
The other guy is more lively. He's coming towards you, and he's actually smiling. He's like, "Oh, how did this happen? If you didn't do it, I'm Stanimir, by the way.
You're
This is
who?
my driver, Vasily.
You're Stanley?
Stanimir.
Stanimir.
Yes, Stanimir.
Well, Stanimir, I'm Boriza Karlov. This kills the sky and Fuzzball.
Nice to meet you. Are you new to Barovia?
Nux.
No.
Oh?
Fuzzball, he said his name was Stanislav. Sorry, I forgot what his name is already. Can you type that down?
Stanimir.
Stanimir. No, Fuzzball, his name is
please.
Stanimir, not Nux. Yes. But you seem to
I have
be...
a light that keeps clicking on and off. Sorry. It gets darker, then it gets lighter, it gets darker, and it's lighter. It could be over here.
You seem to be from here.
Yes. Well, sort of. I travel all around. You know, I visit Barovia a lot. Welcome to Barovia.
Where is Barovia?
It's complicated. Do you want to ride to the village of Barovia?
I take it that
Complicated,
we...
like not near the Sword Coast anywhere?
It's not my story to tell. And I don't have a fire for the right atmosphere to tell this story. So I don't want to tell you right now.
Stanimir, I take it we're not the first that you've met on this road.
Yeah, people come and go.
And
Well,
she
people
looks
come,
down.
they don't ever go.
She pokes at the body in the ground. Did you know that one?
He'll like get a closer look. He's like, "Oh, that's the burgomaster. Oh, that's the village I just talked about. That's the burgomaster.
Is the village dead?
Oh no. I'll show you. Come. Do you want to ride?
You seem quite eager, Stanimir. A few more questions.
How far is it?
Do you know Irina?
Irina's the daughter of the burgomaster.
Yes. Do you know her?
Yes. Well, I don't know her personally. She's very beautiful. I don't really talk to her because she's very beautiful, and I'm an old man.
Yet you have no difficulty talking to me. You found your nerve, old man. Hits him in the knee, kind of playfully.
Well, it's different. You're not the burgomaster's daughter.
Well, it seems that Irina is no longer the burgomaster's daughter either. And she kind of pokes at the body again. Has she been ill?
Irina? I haven't seen her in a while. I've been out of Barovia for a bit.
I am assuming you cannot take us out of Barovia.
No. I'd have to talk to my people. He kind of like gets quiet and he's unsure how to proceed.
So she kind of looks to the other guys and says, "It seems to me if there is only one path forward, that's the path you take." And she'll just, as soon as, if she gets any kind of, consent or acknowledgement from either of the guys, she'll just, walk and get into Stanimir's wagon.
Was there any weapons or anything on the body?
Wagon.
You hop in the wagon, you said?
Yeah.
Right. Does Gadok get in the wagon?
I'll hop on the back. Like a footman's stand or something.
He's like, "Oh, it's not very safe up there. If you come inside, I'll give you a free Taroka reading."
Fuzzball, he's letting pets inside. Come on.
Yeah, fine.
He pulls it. You see him pull out a deck of like worn cards. They have like strange designs on the backs, and he flips them and kind of like fans them out, and you can see all sorts of different characters on these cards.
Sure. Boriza knows both hucksters and hex slingers. She's having none of that. If he tries to, off that, she just gestures, says, "No, thank you."
No Taroka reading?
No. My fate is my own.
How about you, Catman?
I will take that card. I just point at one and I'm like, I will take that card.
Okay, keep that card. That'll be card number 1. And I'll take you over actually to there.
Am I doing this right?
So
I keep an eye out the window of the cart while we're driving. Where we're going, directions.
Did you find anything on that body?
I don't know. I asked, but the dialogue carried us away. Was there anything else on the body, Adam?
There wasn't anything else on the body.
Okay. Nothing of consequence.
Mm-hmm. So he kills this guy to like place the card. Okay, there, right there. He's like, "Oh, there's a certain way of doing this. I'm learning myself."
Learning himself.
Yeah.
He's a late life gypsy or card reader.
He flips the card.
Yeah, gypsy's a slur, so
The monk. Ooh. Pick another card. He fans it out again for you to pick another one.
All right. This one.
He's like, wait. I have to set the mood. He like grabs a lamp. He like grabs a bottle of wine. The bottle of wine says Dragon Crush on it. And he tips it back and then spits wine into the lantern, and you see the flame go from orange to green. So and he even like shuts the drapes of the wagon, so it's like dark in there, and there's this like nice green glow. And he's like, okay, now put the second card here, and he kind of indicates
while he's doing that, Bariz is just going to carefully like gesture and kind of invoke her druidic powers again, and I'll have the howling winds pick up a little bit outside just to help out a fellow charlatan.
All right, sounds good. He flips this one. He's like, "The Guildmaster, I think I see gold in your future."
That would be a first.
He's like, "Okay, third card." He offers you again.
I will choose a card.
And boom. The hooded one. Discretion will be required. I think. You can anybody, you don't even have to roll an insight check. All of you can kind of tell that he's BSing his way through this. Right, fourth card. He flips it himself. Says, "Ooh, the ghost. Maybe you'll have to talk to the dead at some point." And then the last card, he offers it to Ganux.
Matt. Oh, is Matt watching?
Yeah, Matt. Nobody calls him. Fuzzball it is. It'll make it all the more important when she calls you by her full name. It'll be like what do you call it in the end of Last Crusade, Indiana.
Right, Ganux, do you take the card?
Fuzzball, do you take the card? Or did Dave? I think Dave may have stalled out.
Uh-oh.
He was so pissed at our joke that he broke the internet.
Dropped into silence.
Fuck you guys, I'm going home.
I'm going back to Warhammer.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh man.
All right, I'm just going to continue on. He goes back to Brise and offers the 5th card to Brise.
It says, "Not for your life."
Right. He flips it himself. And the Dark Lord, he gasps.
Yeah.
And collects all the cards quickly. He's like, okay, you know what? Full disclosure, friends. I have no idea what any of that meant. I'm just learning. If you want a real Taroka reading, I suggest you seek out Madame Eva near Serpul. Anyways, and he kind of like...
Yeah, do I need to make an insight check, and can I tell he's full of shit and knows exactly what he did?
With your insight check, you can tell that the Taroka reading, he was just sort of making things up while he was flipping cards. But his reaction to the Dark Lord card is fully authentic, and he's scared now.
Okay. So I take it the Dark Lord means little to me. And he's back.
That was my stealth move.
Yeah. He succeeded. Okay. So Fuzzball, he didn't take the because you didn't take a card, he drew a card for you and drew the Dark Lord card and then freaked out and collected all the cards.
Yeah, well, that happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll kind of nod towards him and lean forward, and then with that like green light, reflecting weird in my very, very light blue eyes and the wind howling outside, and I'll look squarely at Stanimir in the eye with this kind of like creepy grin and just say, "This is why oracling is not for amateurs," and lean back again.
Yeah, I was just having some fun. I didn't expect, the Dark Lord.
No one does.
Village of Barovia. I can drop you off at the village of Barovia if you want.
Stanimir, are you going anywhere else?
I'm going to be going on to the camp near Serpul.
Who is the Dark Lord?
Well, he I don't want to say too much. He's
I'm gonna leave forward.
There's a big castle in Barovia called Ravenloft, and he lives in the castle, and he's kind of the he's in charge of the whole place. He looks over everything.
Boris is as intimidating as the flowers outside.
I'll zap you with an eldritch blast. Okay. Well, she will. Have we arrived in the village?
It starts to the wagon starts to slow down, and you can kind of see some buildings appear on either side. He like opens the drapes. He's like, okay, and blows out the lantern. Yeah, I like to tell stories. I hope you don't bring any offense because of my Dark Lord card. Stories they keep us from stagnation. And that's what this place can happen. You can have stagnation here. So just remember to tell stories.
When we get to the town, I guess she'll just wait and see what the other two guys do.
They come to a stop, and the Stanimir swings the wagon door open.
Stanimir, is there a place for us to stay for the night?
Yes. Let me actually bring it up. Actually, I have it right here. I have a poster right beside me with all stuff on it.
Looks over at Kills the Sky and goes, "A place with larger beds. No dwarf and halfling beds for us."
I suppose if you stack them up side by side.
He mentioned a place called Blood of the Vine. He's like, I think it's Blood of the Vine. Some people call it Blood on the Vine, but you can get a good glass of wine there, and they have rooms that you can stay at.
I check my changed, but I didn't even think of it. Do I have any coins left?
Yeah, you can check. You have regular coins from wherever you got them from.
Okay, so the coinage hasn't changed to whatever Barovia is.
Your coins haven't changed.
Okay.
The material is probably still okay. It's silver or copper.
Yeah, just I had a suspicion that we may have been like wholly transformed, but that doesn't mean that we're some kind of spiritual projection or something like that. It suggests that we've actually been transported here.
Well, I used to be a half-elf.
So I guess if he opens the door, I'll step out and kind of look around. Is there anyone like on the streets of this town, or are we being dropped off in a ghost town?
Well, it does feel like a ghost town. Its tall houses, dark as tombstone. Nestled among these solemn dwellings are a handful of closed-up shops. Even the tavern is shut tight.
Well, Stanimir, apart from the stories, have you any other suggestions for us?
Don't go out at night.
Sound advice. And I'll tap the ground, and his lanterns flare to life again.
He'll like jump. Well, I should be going.
I'll wink at him.
He closes the door and rushes off.
Did you guys get out?
Oh well, after that.
Shit.
With the other two guys.
We're going straight to the castle. We'll see you in the morning.
All right. So we'll look up and down. Now, judging from this...
I'll pull my hood up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
It's easier that way.
We may want to be careful who they see first. If they look like Stanimir, they look more like me, and she'll look up at the two of you and kind of leave it unspoken.
I'm used to this.
Fair enough.
Do we hear anything?
A soft whimpering draws your eyes towards a pair of children standing in the middle of an otherwise lifeless street. The older sister stands slightly in front of her little brother while she nervously fidgets with the hem of her cloak.
Brisa just says, "Of course."
Oops.
Hello, children.
Red rum.
I believe one of them is a drow Dr. Strange.
The brother lets out a few more whimpers. After shushing the boy, the girl turns to you and says, there's a monster in our house. She then points to a tall brick row house that has seen better days. Its windows are dark. It has a great gated portico on the ground floor, and the rusted gate is slightly ajar. The houses on either side are abandoned. Their windows and doors boarded up.
How nice for you. Did you have to pay for it?
It's my parents' house. I'm Rose. This is Thorn.
Now, Rose and Thorn, you know monsters need to grow. Why don't you hustle along inside your home?
I don't want to.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to go to the monster. And you see the boy kind of like huddles in behind a sister.
Oh, it's okay, little child. They may look it, but they're not monsters, are you?
The boy leans out and like looks at Ganuk and Kills the Sky, and he kind of like smiles at Kills the Sky and says, "I'm born."
This is Kills the Sky.
A nice friendly name for children.
I'll lean in and say, you don't by any chance have milk, do you?
Maybe in our kitchen.
Where are your parents, children?
They kind of went missing.
The monster.
The monster's upstairs. He kind of points up.
How many stories is this place?
It looks to be about like 3 stories and then sort of like a tall roof line, so probably like a tall attic that you can probably access.
How does it compare to the rest of the village?
The style of the house looks the same as a lot of the other buildings. It's kind of this weird, slender, tall house.
Okay.
Strange sort of Gothic style.
Yeah. Okay. The
shadows for your alleys.
oh, sorry, what was that, Kills?
Gives you lots of shadows for your alleys.
Ah, there we go.
Death House's features.
Yeah.
That's a lovely name.
Better homes than Burton. Okay.
This is what address is this? 35 Dead PC Row.
So we'll look at the children. What time? Like, can we tell what time of day is it, or is it just kind of like hazy daytime?
So you think you arrived in Barovia like in the morning, but since the sun hardly gets through the clouds, it's so hard to tell the time. You think probably it's midday. Like you can set like your internal clock is telling you midday, but you can't use your like gauging of the sun.
So I'll look at the children were Rose and Thorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Rose is the girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rose, have you told your neighbors?
We don't have any neighbors. She gestures at the abandoned buildings beside her house.
No one in town helps you?
Well, I guess I could ask someone else.
What about Irina? Or the burgomaster?
Oh, I don't. My parents talk to the burgomaster, but I don't talk to the burgomaster.
But your parents, you don't know where they are?
No, they went away a couple days ago, and then we started hearing strange noises in their house. So I brought Thorn out here, and I was just hoping to find someone who could help us.
Have you seen the monster?
It's very dark in there. I see a shadowy figure, and then I rushed out of there.
I turn and kind of gesture to Fuzzball. Bigger or smaller than him?
Thorn kind of like tugs at the hem and points at you, Borise. About that size. Right?
Take care of some shadows for these little kids.
Children, how long have you been waiting?
Just today. We came out today. We heard it last night, overnight.
What do you think, Kills?
You said upstairs, and I gesture at the different windows. How far up? And I'll point with the tip of my staff, and I'll say, "Stop me when you see," and I'll just kind of slowly make my way up till story 1, story 2, third story, attic.
As soon as your cane gets to the attic, both kids nod.
And I'll bring the staff back down.
That's where our bedroom is that in the attic.
Of course they keep you in the attic. Do either of you think you might climb up there and take a peek in?
Sure.
Not the kids, the Kills, this guy, and Nux. I honestly don't know what I actually can't remember what I know you're a rogue, Nux, but I can't remember what class you are, Chad.
Ranger.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you guys decent with athletics? If it helps, I can cast Charm Person on you.
Wait to carry around.
Yeah, actually, you know what? It doesn't matter though because I've got a climb speed, so I could get.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
I guess I probably would have my bow stowed because I was in a carriage. But
there is a on the third floor.
There's a what?
There's a balcony on the third floor.
Oh, I think I see it. Yeah. Like on the second story up, like not the ground floor for one. Like I don't know how you're counting stories here. There's like the main floor. One up from that is the first floor. One from that is the second floor, and then there's the attic. Is that right, or are you counting it? One is the ground floor, then 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I guess the attic does have windows too. So yeah, that top part with the tall roof line.
Yeah,
is the attic. That's where they pointed to where the kids said their bedroom is.
It shouldn't take me too long to scramble up there. I guess if anybody's watching, they will probably see the retractable claws kind of come out of my fingers.
That's awesome. So before you take off, I'll sort of lean forward and say under my breath and say, take a look in each of the windows if you can. I actually don't know Tabaxi. Do they have dark vision too?
Yep.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm just going to go and walk over to the house, and while you're climbing up, just kind of lean on the side of the building and keep an eye out for people walking by. Or
yeah, is there like a lot of people in the street?
I think they said there's no one. Like it's these two kids, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Basically, I'll do another glance over my shoulder, particularly kind of looking in other windows of nearby buildings to see if people are kind of watching the stranger from behind curtains, sort of thing. And if I don't notice anything, then I will scramble up, probably along the door line to where the balcony is there, because that just looks like it's the easiest. It's sort of a quick scramble, and there's like a bit of a ledge, and then another scramble and balcony, and then I'll probably have to. Well, I could just get up here and then onto the roof and shimmy. Would be, if I was a cat, that's how I would do it. Yeah.
While they're positioning themselves too, I'm going to turn to Rose and Thorn and say, has no one else come by?
They just shake their head.
So I'll turn and I'll shout out, hello? Nothing?
It kind of like echoes out into down the streets, and you don't hear anything else.
And I'll shout out again, we intend to murder these children. And I'll turn to them and wink at them and say, no, we won't.
Thorn kind of like... But again, no sound.
No sound. She's okay. See, I'm going to walk over to Nux and say, Fuzzball, we appear to be able to do whatever we want in here.
We can just go in the front door.
I'll turn to the kids and say, you just wait there, children. What do you see? Kills?
So roll, I guess, a climb check.
I've got a climb speed of 20, Adam.
Oh, nice. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering. So yeah, you easily climb up. I might even put you somewhere.
Uh-oh. Well, I gotta minimize this stuff. Should we see something here or not?
At each level, Adam, I'll probably take a quick look into the windows before I go up another floor.
Sure. So you climb up the first.
Want a perception check from me, or
if you guys peer through the first floor windows, they're really dusty, and it looks like a sort of den. There's a fireplace off to the right. There's like a table, nice lounge chairs. You also see what looks like gold in there. So, are you able to see anything?
That's right. I can't hear you over snacks.
I'm sorry. I was putting the snacks away.
It's okay.
So yeah, you can see into the portico slightly, and you can see the front with the windows.
Hmm. So there's a door here. The gates that we see there, is that closed, or is it something we can push open?
That's the gates that they're slightly ajar.
Okay.
Easily
I'll use my staff and just push them aside so we've got a clear vantage of the door. Does the door have any windows in it, or is it a solid? The front doors there, are they solid wood?
The front door. So it's a wrought iron gate. It shrieks as it like sways in the wind, and it like lets out this like eerie like.
Yeah.
And so oil lamps hang from the ceiling on either side, illuminating oaken door with an eerie glow.
Hmm. Children, did you light these? And I'll gesture to the lamps.
The sister nods.
Are they? Is she tall enough to have reached that that lantern?
Yeah, they kind of like hang down from chains.
Okay.
They're probably only like 5 feet, 6 feet off the ground. They're just like front porch lights that on either side of the door.
Okay.
So Kills the Sky. If you get to the second floor and peer in, you see what looks like almost like a music room. There's a harpsichord and
the spookiest of instruments.
Yes.
What other instruments? Let me flip through my pages.
It's everything that a hipster folk band would want.
Oh, and a standing harp. Those are the main things. It's again like the windows. It's almost like as you climb up, the windows are getting like dustier and dustier on the inside.
Hmm.
Can you see anything? Like I've placed your token. Oh, I placed the wrong token. That's why.
Kills, are you are you calling out what you see as you're going up?
Oh, there I am.
Bariza did ask what you saw. That's the reason I ask.
Yeah. I probably would not be calling out what I see while I'm on the job. I think he would probably finish his climb and come back down and report.
Okay.
Would do things. But I might draw a little cat face on one of the windows in the day.
So I've placed you on like the third floor balcony. Can you see just the kind of the square around the balcony?
Yes.
So there's a window here.
This is the window. I should maybe get a brighter color than gray.
It's thematic.
It is.
So
none of us are blue right now.
So peering through, well, the door itself is like heavily boarded up. There's like little slots that you can kind of peer through. You think you see like a bedroom. Through the window, you see a baby's crib.
Human children, I don't care for them.
It tastes terrible.
Not marbled enough. So it's boarded up here.
The door is boarded shut.
How seriously? Like, is it like old?
So what's
little wood or?
So you're on a third floor balcony, and they boarded this up from the outside.
Okay.
That's odd.
That is unusual.
You'd almost have to be a tabaxi to get up there and knock that.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it for now. I won't pry any of the boards up. They thought they saw something in the attic, right?
Yep.
So I will climb up to the attic floor and peer in through those windows.
I'm assuming the kids are watching Kills do this.
Yeah, Thorn's actually super into Kills the Sky, climbing the house. He's like,
yeah. Just in case anything happens to Kills, what I'm going to do is I'm going to gesture and I'll use my minor illusion thing to create like an obviously magical little like brightly colored bird, sort of like flitter around the kids to sort of distract them.
All right.
If some horrible thing grabs Kills the Sky, I don't want them to see that. So
yeah. The sister's sort of like she's keeping a serious face, and kind of fidgeting nervously. If you peer in through the attic window,
so the bird lands on her shoulder, and then it transforms into a little rose.
She smiles. Through the attic window, you see what look like humanoid shapes with drapes over them, like maybe mannequins with these kind of shrouds over top of them.
Like mannequins, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not moving.
Okay, of course not
yet.
And if you peer through the other window, I'll give you maybe a little bit more of a description. This one looks like just a small bedroom. It has like a slender bed, a nightstand, a small iron stove, and a writing desk.
Okay.
So the mannequins were, I don't know if you can see this, they're in this window. And the bedroom was through that direction.
Right. So on this one was the third floor balcony that's boarded up, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, I'll give it a few minutes, and if I don't see anything that is obviously monster, then I will climb back down.
Yeah, you peer in through the windows for a while, and nothing moves. At least not in that bedroom or the creepy room with mannequins.
Okay. Maybe before I climb back down, I'm just gonna tap on the glass with my claws and just see if
love it.
Any...
The DM gets that smile, you know you did the right thing.
You tap on the glass and you climb down. Nothing really happens as you go down each floor, but after you pass the music room, kind of tap on the glass, past the music room, and you're almost down to the ground floor, you think you hear the sound of the harpsichord playing.
When do we hear this down on the ground floor as well?
Roll a perception.
Okay.
Did we lose Dave again?
Receiving. Let's see. Oop, I'm casting spells. Oop, wrong thing. Sorry. Perception. What do I got? A 4. Nope. I'm really concentrating on my spell.
You don't hear it.
Okay.
I saw nothing. It's an unsettling place to live in, so I'm not surprised the children believe they see monsters.
And still no one else to come. It doesn't strike. It doesn't strike you odd. None in the village seem willing to assist these two.
This whole realm is odd.
This town has a look of like it's slowly dying. The boarded up windows, the boarded up abandoned houses. You're not actually sure how many people actually live in this village anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should just claim a house to squat in until we find a way out of here.
What was his name? Sorry, she would remember. I just don't right now. Stanimir?
Stanimir, yeah.
Stanimir said that the power over corruption or dissipation was to be found in stories. We seem to find ourselves dropped into one. Perhaps it was best to follow it through. No?
Perhaps.
Why?
There might not be another way.
Why is the baby's room boarded up from the outside?
Perhaps after two of them, the parents grew weary of children.
But normally you board something up on the outside if you want to keep it in.
Agreed. Children, have you any brothers or sisters?
They mentioned their baby brother Walter on the 3rd floor in the nursery.
Walter. And how old is Walter? Is he smaller than Thorn?
Oh yeah. He's just a baby, and they kind of gesture baby sized.
Did your parents take Walter with them when they left?
I think so. I haven't seen Walter in a while.
Have you heard Walter?
No.
I kind of give a look of like, oh boy, to the to Kills and to Nux. Children, do you have a key to your house?
It's open. You can go in.
We don't have to climb up the side.
What do you say? Thorn's like, I like it when the kitty climbed up the side.
You see, they like you. Now,
I have a feeling that the house is going to do exactly what the doors to the realm did when we walked in.
Oh yeah, the gates. They creaked when we've pushed them open. I'm going to walk up to the door and I'm going to give a really good listen. I'm not opening the door just yet, but I'm going to give it a listen. See if I hear anything inside, any Walter or anything else. Oh, at least I'm consistent.
You are met with silence.
So you guys can see I'm clearly trying to listen in, and I gesture like I hear nothing. Well,
I can go first if you want.
Furball, I was just thinking the same thing. So clever, you.
That's why I'm here.
Well, you're clearly here for some purpose.
Okay, I'll draw my short sword, which I palm backwards and use it really like a giant dagger. But
Great.
And I'll head up to the front and push the door open.
Okay.
They will go.
Can you see in the dark, little one?
Ooh. Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, no, but then
kills is not exactly small, so
I hit the staff against the ground, and this pine cone on the end kind of flares up as if it's like in a campfire, and it gives light off.
Mind dousing that a little bit? I'll have to go far enough in front that there's actually a shadow to be hidden within.
I trust the you go where you want, Fuzzball. I'm concerned with me seeing.
Mm-hmm. A gust of chilly air rushes out as you peer into the grand foyer. It's decorated with portraits and heraldries. A family of stony-faced aristocrats watch you from askew frames. A plaque on one reads "The Dursts" in dull gold lettering.
Does it look like anything like the children?
Perhaps members of Limp Bizkit?
These are all like older people, and they're all like portraits, kind of laid out in a way to show them off as members of some sort of maybe society, family members, something like that. On the top of the wall, you find a shield emblazoned with a coat of arms, a golden windmill on a red field. Mahogany framed doors lead deeper into the manor.
Okay, hold up here. Let's take a look at... Rose had a crest on her cloak. Does the crest on the cloak, on that clasp that holds her cloak in place, does that match the one that's in on the wall there?
I'm going to say it does. I can't quite see.
Okay. So it does seem to be their house. Do we see a family resemblance between the pictures and the portraits and the children?
You can see two of the people look like they could be their parents. You're not sure who the other people are. They mentioned their parents are Gustav and Elizabeth.
Seriously, roll 20. I'm pulling out real dice.
You clatter right into the shield, knocking it off the wall.
Yeah, you guys notice that Ganak is sticking out like a sore thumb.
If this is what you're good at, what do you do when you're bad at something?
I fall on little women and knock them over.
Wouldn't surprise me. How old are the portraits of Gustav and Elizabeth?
Gustav and Elizabeth are recent photos. The ones kind of further out from the crest seem to be older photos. So maybe it's arranged for the people who own the house now to be on either side of the crest, and then outward where people who used to own the house.
Oh, so cool. Okay. That's awesome. Furball, are you intending to go inside or spend all the time in the yard?
No, sorry, I just creeped out by the lights that keep coming on and not turning off. in my own house. It's kind of weird. Simon, if you're watching, or Chris, if you're watching, yeah, we get this electrical stuff sometimes. Okay, so Furball is trying to go into the house stealthily as roll 20 will allow.
His own name. Nux has forgotten his own name.
Yeah.
That's what you're feeling, Dave, is the fear of Strahd I've put in you?
No, actually, I think it's fear of the druid that's walking around behind me. She's going to call me Furball so much I'm going to forget my own name. Oh, wait, it already happened. Okay.
Me as a player, I'm calling you Nux, but she's just decided to call you Furball, so...
All right, so Ganuk goes in, and he's actually going to keep his eye open for anything that's maybe valuable in case he has to come back here sometime.
Okay.
And so nothing on the main level that seems to be of interest. They'd mentioned the shadows were up.
Are you going inside the room or what?
I'm going inside the house.
I can see kills inside, but you're like, anything of value?
Oh, am I maybe zoomed in too far or something?
Can you move your token?
No, I don't see my token.
How do I how to bring someone's vision? You can like ping them, can't you?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
I'm still looking at the. I'm still looking at the outer screen or the upper level. My screen hasn't changed.
Maybe try refreshing.
Bottom left.
Yeah, where I'm pinging is where.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going to listen at these interior doors, Adam.
Right. Roll perception. You don't even have to roll that high.
Well, the way we have been rolling.
Yeah. It's set to Strahd difficulty. I'm going to listen as well.
Through the thick doors, but you can hear the sound of the harpsichord.
I hate harpsichords.
And Barista starts to hear it as well.
So Bariza turns to Kills and says, "What do you suppose the chances are that Walter is a prodigy?"
One must be very good at the harpsichord to play when you're a dead infant.
This place is no doubt full of tricks. Take care when you open the doors, Fuzzball.
Okay, I'll check the door locked.
Love how you automatically went along with her telling you to open the doors.
Well, that's my role. I was about to check it for locks, traps.
Awesome.
So what is the checking for traps in 5th edition?
Perception, isn't it?
Is that
Perception?
perception?
Yeah, it's got to be perception. Yeah.
Better than what roll 20's given me, but not that great.
Uh-oh.
What'd you get?
7.
Everything seems totally fine. This ground seems totally fine.
Everything is totally fine. Okay.
Good. Show us, Fuzzball.
You know,
I'll open the door.
all right. Right, it's almost breathtaking. In the gloom beyond the foyer, the main hall glitters. Its wood-paneled walls are ornately carved in idyllic scenes of frolicking nymphs and satyrs. At one of the hall, a sweeping red marble staircase climbs to unknown heights. At the other is a black marble fireplace, cold and unlit. Mounted above the mantelpiece is a long sword, a windmill cameo worked into its hilt. Several doors lead out of this room, and after a moment, music floats down the stairs. A harpsichord.
Can I just say how much I love the dynamic lighting?
Pardon?
I'm going to say for a moment how much I love the dynamic lighting.
Yeah,
it is fucking awesome.
I demoed this with Erica to make sure that like I can move doors and you can see the right stuff. So.
Well, it's awesome because they've already set up with these modules. They've set up all the dynamic lighting for you, so you don't have to go in and futz around and set up it.
Hours of work right there.
Yeah, that's maybe not my first time to that rodeo, unfortunately. All right, so are there any other exits here? Oh, it looks like there's a couple doors here as well.
Yeah, I'm standing by one right now.
Yeah. Oh, are you on a door? Okay.
Yeah, let's move over so I can
and
see
this is, I take it, a fireplace over here?
Yeah, cold and unlit. So the notes are disjointed, starting and stopping. Sections are oft repeated, sometimes quicker, sometimes slower. Whomever is playing the instrument is clearly a novice.
Okay. So Bariza calls out, Walter?
Nothing. Silence.
Does the harpsichord playing keep on?
Yep. Yeah. It seems to be coming from the second floor.
Okay.
Kills this guy.
How do I open this door right here below me?
You tell me you're opening the door, and I open the door for you.
Oh, okay. It's not okay. I'm just making sure it wasn't a mechanic I missed last time because before I was double clicking on the map. Like, oh, I double clicked on the map and suddenly opening opened up.
Up, down, BAB.
Select start.
Okay.
Oh, what's going on in here?
So this is the den that you saw earlier.
Oh, I see some rats.
So 3 wolves of different sizes circle the fireplace with frozen snarls in their as if they're hunting prey. A stag head is mounted above the unlit fireplace. Chairs draped in fur face the hearth, with a cask of wine and a pipe rack on the table between them. The goblets are dry and empty. The candelabra on the table has melted wax underneath, like little white islands. There are 2 cabinets along the wall. In the dark corner opposite the door, a chandelier hangs from a cloth-covered table. So, kill this guy. Roll a perception check for me.
All right. This seems like the kind of place where you do a Taroka reading.
Yeah.
Okay, big money, no whammy. Come on.
I'm telling you, Roll20's got it in for us. The averages aren't even working out.
You know what I'm gonna do, Adam? Before I leave this room, I'm gonna turn around and gesture and use Druidcraft again to get that that hearth lit. Are there any like logs in there, or is it just like bare stone?
We'll say there's logs nearby that you can.
Okay.
Yeah. So you light the fire. Like
I'll-
Kevin just wants to see the lighting change, the ambient lighting, and
Yeah. I want to see if it changes.
after the fire is lit, you notice on the wood paneling where there was the nymphs and satyrs frolicking. So the craftsmanship is stunning, but you soon realize that between the nymphs and the satyrs lie serpents and skulls all woven into the design.
that's really homey. Like bring your family and friends over to show them off your artwork.
Yeah. Well, and with his creepy harpsichord music playing as well. Yeah. Okay.
So are these statues of wolves?
They're stuffed wolves. So let's see what all of them see. One is a regular wolf. One looks like a dire wolf, and the third seems odd somehow. On closer inspection, you notice patches of flesh that almost look human.
Great.
I'll call for Barise and let her know what I saw. This place is weird.
Agreed. I'm going to gesture and I'll light that the other one as well. The one in the den or whatever the hell this place is.
Sure. Yeah. So you light that fire as well.
Anything in these cabinets?
One of the wolves looks odd.
It's got weird skin.
Yeah.
Can I? Do you think a nature check would reveal anything further about it?
Totally would. Yeah. Go for it.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Boom. 12.
So yeah, you're like, okay, wolf, dire wolf. I've seen those before. Third wolf. It looks like what you would imagine the half transformation of a werewolf would look like.
Okay. It's really just as a out of character thing. It's so fucking hard to get out of metagame mind where I'm like running through the list of things that this potentially could be. Argist, or maybe it's a. But okay, so Bariza is yeah.
My character notices is that there were dire wolf type prints around the body, were there not? Wolf and larger wolf prints?
There were wolf prints on the road when we exited the woods.
Okay. And some dire wolf as well?
They were quite large. Are there anything else? Is there anything on the wall here? It's clear that they've got, the stag heads and these things here. They're hunters of some kind.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to sort of play that up, arrows or bows or stuff like that?
Yes, good call. So the cabinets, the one near Kills the Sky, just has dusty glass paneled cabinets. You see an assortment of wine glasses and small wooden box. The other one has a lock on it, and you see 3 crossbows through the glass. One heavy oak, one of lighter frame, and the other shaped to fit into a single hand. 3 cases of bolts lean against the frame.
Are there any markings on the bows at all? What I'm wondering is whether it's the same crest that we saw outside, like on the one on the kids. If this is like a family of hunters of some kind.
You can't tell through the dusty. Well, actually, if you roll a perception check, you could maybe.
Yeah, because I'm fucking rocking those right now. Let me tell you. Look out, kids! Here we go. All right, and perception. Boom! An 11, even worse than before.
You can't quite tell. You probably have to open up the lock.
These are indeed crossbows.
Yes. When in doubt, break glass.
Yeah.
Are the kids following along behind us?
No, the
I
kids
think
are
they waited outside.
Do you want me to try and open these up?
Are you gesturing with thieves' tools of some kind?
I pull some picks out.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because I don't think my character knew that, but as soon as she sees that, she sort of nods the head yeah, of course, go.
So,
You're full of surprises, Fuzzball.
yeah, well, I try to do my best. So I'm just gonna. So it's proficiency times 2 plus my dex.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I took expertise in, but I didn't know how to do that on the sheet.
Oh, if you go into the cog for your kit. You can click on it on the proficiency bonus and go down to expertise. And that will automatically double your bonus. Like, you see where your kits are? Holy shit, nice one.
Ooh. Yeah,
that's without the plus. That's without the additional +2.
Okay.
You have never seen a bugbear with such nimble fingers. Within moments, the bugbear has the lock unlocked, and you have it opened inside. So it's a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow. And the heavy crossbow seems to be the most used and has that same windmill design on it, almost like a family heirloom crossbow.
Barisa may be failing all her perception checks, but I'll tell you what she does see. Fuzzball's value. Okay.
Okay. What about the value of these things?
She kind of gives you a look of like you're stealing from children.
We can give it back if we need to.
Are there any bolts or quarrels inside?
Yep, there's 2 cases that hold 20 each.
Are there anything special about the tips?
Yeah.
What type of material are they made of?
So just regular bolts.
Okay.
They're shops.
Anything else on the walls? Like anything? If these things hunt lycanthropes, or this family hunts them, then I'm wondering if they.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Well, I was just saying that's why I was asking about the tips. If the tips were like coated in silver or something.
Yeah.
So none of these bolts are silver.
Okay.
But they do hunt wolves and dire wolves as well. So.
Well, I'm going to take a hand crossbow.
Yeah, I am not proficient with them. Yeah, so I know they have no value for me. How about you, Kills? Yeah,
I use a longbow.
What's your primary weapon when you're not using a longbow?
Short swords.
Short swords. Oh, do you want a long sword or the hand crossbow for an offhand weapon?
No.
No? Okay. So we'll leave those there.
So Ganuk takes the hand crossbow, and then the light and heavy get left behind.
For now.
Right?
For now.
You have chosen wisely. No.
Is there anything on the table? Either the table that's in front of the...
dry wine glasses and a what was it? Pipe holder. Pipe. Yeah.
Okay.
Candelabra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing else of interest in this room?
Ganuk loads up the hand crossbow and points it at the weird wolf with the patchy skin and says, right about there.
So, Barisa's going to walk over to the window and sort of like, smudge it clean. Do these windows open?
It doesn't look like they open.
Okay, then I'll just knock on the window so the kids can see and kind of wave to them. Let them know we're making progress.
You can see them; they're kind of like huddled together for warmth, and they kind of wave back.
Okay, other rooms? Should we check out the rest of the floor before we head up, or?
Agreed. I think it's prudent to ensure that nothing's coming behind us.
Sounds very tactical.
Kills, what do you think?
I agree.
Okay, so I'll check the lock on this door in front of me.
Great. It's not locked.
Okay, inside house. Okay, open it up.
I think that harpsichord music is still getting to her. Oh, I guess you guys are in the way. I was going to prepare a ready in action to launch an Eldritch Blast in there, but
I have a hand crossbow loaded and ready, and a short sword.
Mm-hmm. Did you check the door?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't see any perception rolls, so I'm pretty sure you checked it by opening it. Nope, no traps, guys.
So it looks like a dining room.
Yeah, a crystal chandelier glitters above the dining room. Watching over 8 empty chairs. The chairs are high-backed and cushioned with velvet, matching the drapes covering the windows. Like the main hall, the walls are ornately carved with elegant images, this time of deer flitting among ancient trees. The table is set, all silverware polished to a dazzling shine. A painting of an alpine vale is mounted above the unlit fireplace. A tapestry depicts nobles hunting wolves from horseback, hangs from the wall.
I'm going to gesture.
Silverware.
I'll light this hearth as well.
Sure. Same sort of thing happens. You just with the extra light, you notice peering at the wood paneling, you see twisted faces carved in the tree trunks. Wolves lurk in the shadows, stalking the unsuspecting doe.
Is the silverware proper silver?
It does seem to be proper silver.
I am going to tuck one of the knives into my sash.
Sure.
That's a smart idea.
I
think I'll do the same.
Let us see that's happening.
Oh yeah, yeah. Make
Okay.
sure you just hide it.
So she sort of shakes her head disapprovingly, but then takes a knife as well.
Well, what's good for the goose and the gander is good for the bugbear. So
I'm going to take a peek out the back. What can we see when we pull these curtains aside as well? I'm assuming those are curtains, the wavy things there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can like. I got the wrong one. You can look out the back of the house. Okay. And it just kind of like looks out into like thick mist.
So I'll close the curtain and shake my head and say, nothing to see here.
Okay.
Oh, you've opened that door. Okay, so it looks like there does appear to be a room in the center here. A closet, perhaps?
I think I accidentally opened that door. I was like, why is it over here?
You open that up, Kills?
Fuzzball? Yeah.
Right. This one is just a closet. Let's see. Just has black cloaks. Yeah, it's a closet with several black cloaks. Someone left a top hat on the high shelf. Do you want to talk?
I like hats. What's this door here go? Let's check this one out.
All right.
Kitchen?
Clearly the kitchen. The kitchen, gloomy as it might be, is tidy. The shelves are neatly stocked with dishware. The work table has been wiped clean, a cutting board left crooked as the only oversight. A stone dome-shaped oven stands near the east wall, its bent iron stovepipes connecting to a hole in the ceiling. The door to the pantry hangs slightly ajar, and a dumbwaiter sits in the corner, blackness behind its sliding gate.
Pop it open.
Pantry?
Yeah.
This is the dumbwaiter back here?
Yeah,
behind.
By Kills?
Dumbwaiter is by Kills.
Yeah.
Little square.
Oh, by Kills. Okay.
The pantry is cramped but well stocked. Casks labeled as wheat and ale sit at the far wall, next to a sack of old potatoes. There are pouches with dried jerky, nuts, and seeds. An entire shelf is devoted to spices and 3 racks. So roll a perception check. See what else you see.
In the larder or in the kitchen?
In the Ganuk in the pantry.
Okay.
15.
15. You notice that they're you notice that they're out of salt, and the jerky looks like dry human flesh.
No, I'm fine with that.
I take some of the jerky and I offer it to the rest of the group. See if they notice what it looks like.
Yeah.
Jerky, anyone?
Yeah, I don't eat strange food from weird houses, so no.
Fair enough. I toss it on the counter. But I will grab one of the small kegs of alcohol and bring it with me.
I'm not saying this out loud. I'm just looking to see, but would I fit in the dumbwaiter?
How are you medium sized?
Yeah, I'm medium size. I'm 5'4". I said 5'2".
So
I know these two giants. They're not going to fucking fit in there.
the entire
I barely fit through the door.
anything larger than a child. So
Yeah, I'm bigger than a child.
A halfling, maybe a gnome.
Yeah, I'm bigger than that. So okay.
Uh,
Oh, geez, I guess I don't get to be lifted up in the dumbwaiter.
If you look through the gates, you see that it looks like it ascends probably 2 floors.
Okay.
So it attaches to the 2nd floor and 3rd floor.
So, guys, we have 9 minutes left in the session. I think we should definitely try and go up the stairs and end on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
What do you think?
Can I wedge the dumbwaiter door shut? Just so that
Sure.
Kids can't come up it.
Okay, you know what? Grab the
up and down. I want to limit its mobility.
Can we see where the rope is that moves, or like the pulley system that moves up?
Yeah, it's a rope and pulley system.
You know what I'll do then? Kills. I say I've got this, and I'll say that speaking that same bizarre deep primal language again, and my hand transforms into like a kind of like crone's wicked claw, and I just hack the thing. I do 1d10 acid damage with this.
Great.
So
it sizzles, and you see the rope start to like thread apart, and it snaps.
Okay. And then my hand transforms back to its delicate normal form. And I say, good?
Good.
All right.
Okay. So kills. I'd hate this to think that someone else would have your fun. And I'll kind of look up the stairs.
Oh boy, here we go.
Short sword in one hand.
Furball.
Short sword in one hand, hand crossbow in the other, and then up we go.
Okay. So I guess I'm holding up the rear.
I will move you over so you can start seeing.
Okay.
And so, the cold draft you felt at the front door is coming from the stairs. Once you're halfway up, the music stops.
Okay, I see no harpsichord here. Interesting.
One of the rooms to the north or south.
I'll kind of like flick my wrist and light that hearth.
Sure.
That's within 30 feet, so.
So unlit oil lamps on the wall of this are on the wall of this elegant hall. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait of the Durst family, rose and thorn front and center. Nobody's smiling. Her mother, her face darkened with a hint of scorn, cradles a swaddled baby. 2 sets of mahogany doors are intricately carved with dancing youths, suits of armor flanking these doors, clutching spears and wearing wolf-shaped visors. A 3rd thin door stands near where the stairs continue upwards. So with the fire lit, the youths aren't dancing, they're fighting off swarms of bats.
You said there are 4 oil lanterns?
Just unlit lamps mounted on the wall, like a hall.
And are they above? Did you say there was one above each of the statues, or not statues? The armor. Sure,
we'll say one by each set of armor.
Okay, then I tap my staff against the ground 4 times, and if there's still oil in them, I'll light each of the wicks.
Sure, sounds good.
Nice and bright. I'm gonna check the first statue out before I go past it.
Is it a statue or a suit of armor?
Suit of armor?
It is. What did I just say? Suits of armor like these doors.
Okay.
They remain motionless. Nothing happens when you light the lanterns.
Okay.
Which hey, Kills, when you were climbing up the building, where did you see the child's room? Is that third floor?
Third floor. The music room is on the second floor.
Should we see who's playing the
Would
harpsichord?
I be able
Front or
to
back of
guess
the house?
which these doors it would be more likely to be? My guess is through these doors, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want keep going?
Listen at the door, maybe.
All right. I'm going to use my yellow dice here. Don't. Not. It's almost like Roll20 reached out and took my dice out of my hand.
Grasping hands came out and cursed your
All
dice.
right, let's see here. Maybe Bariza.
I'll try listening at this other door.
Here it comes.
I think I'm listening just fine.
4. Good
I'm
lord.
totally listening just fine. Well, I gotta.
I think we've established how we're going
I gotta put all listening with equal.
check.
Okay. So what do we think? Let's throw the doors open to the harpsichord room and then call it a session. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure that's going to...
I'll describe the room and describe the cliffhanger.
Boom.
Let's see. Gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegant appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls. Stained glass wall hangings depict a beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord looms out from the dark, facing a nearby standing harp. The fireplace lies cold, decorated by alabaster figurines of dancers neatly placed on the mantelpiece. And that's when you hear the baby start to cry above you.
Brilliant. Like right above us or upstairs?
Up the
It's like fucking train spotting.
yeah. And it drops on your face.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay. So for those listening at home, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below. I've also listed in the description of the video Adam's Twitter account as well too. So if you want to give him shit for going too easy on us or going too hard on us, you can reach him there. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns for me, you can reach me on Dungeon Musings on Twitter or dungeonmusings@gmail.com. You'll also note that there in the description of the video, there is a link to the Heroes Save Villages charity fundraising campaign that we are running on the channel. If you've enjoyed the session and you enjoy the content in the channel, I'd ask that you just consider clicking through and learning a little more about the Heroes Save Villages initiative. I don't want anybody to feel obligated to contribute to it, but it does. Any money donated to the campaign goes directly to assist the good folks at SOS Children's Villages International, which you can learn all about at the link below. Last but not least, Adam, thanks so much for running tonight. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for hosting. It's great. Yeah, it's great to have these resources, these local streamers that are awesome.
Yeah, and we have what do you call it? This is my first time actually playing 5th edition D&D, so this has been a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah, it's been a treat to be the first person to DM you on this. So.
Yes. Cool. All right, guys. Well, then, Adam, unless you got some closing wisdom for us, I think maybe we'll call it a night.
Don't go out at night.
So thanks, everybody. So we hope you enjoyed the stream, and happy gaming.